Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 15. We're back on episode Ardyn, and on this video we're doing the quest Awakening. So we need to go see Verstale. But before we do that, there is stuff for us to pick up. So we got Chief Basithia's journal. New information has been added to the data log. Review it from the archives menu. So archives here. The archives holds memories from your journey. Photos let you view photographs you have taken, and data log lets you review research materials and enemy information. So data log, we have Chief Basithia's journal, ME 717-321st. The Star Scourge. The plague that ravaged our star centuries ago died out for a time, and with it went all knowledge of the monsters it spawned. Yet since the discovery of a mutant strain of Plasmodia here on our very soil, that ominous word has re-entered our lexicon, demon. What caused this scourge to resurge? I hypothesize it began with the rise of our population that began in the latter half of this millennium. While the adoption of magic technology has vastly improved life for citizens across the Empire, the territorial expansion it enabled may also have reactivated Plasmodia that remained dormant for many years. If so, then the true spread of the Star Scourge may have only just begun. We also have an entry for the Rakshasa Blade. A sword that has stayed at Ardyn's side for roughly 2,000 years, flying forth at his command. One half of a pair, the Rakshasa Blade was forged alongside the Blade of the Mystic, beloved glaive of Ardyn's younger brother, Somnus Lucis Caelum. Both blades possess different properties, forming a devastatingly destructive arsenal when wielded together. While one can assume both swords were imbued with the hope that the brothers Caelum would rule in tandem, envy and ambition ultimately tore the two apart. Okay, and we got another journal entry. Demons. I was but a boy when I saw my first demon, a wild canine run afoul of the Plasmodia. The fear that should have consumed me was itself engulfed by an intense excitement, much like the dark miasma that spreads across the land and blots out any trace of light or life. Some might deem me a madman, vilifying me for researching a wicked plague that brings naught but death. However, be it the magic technology of old or the demons of our day, understanding that which we fear is a vital step toward enlightenment. And we got a superior restorative.
Nothing here to interest me.
And I think that's it for this room. Yep.
Might as well head out.
Actually, let me check those bookcases, and nothing there.
I dare say this outfit wasn't tailor-made. Not the most enthralling view.
Muscle stimulant. And another one of Chief Basithia's journals. Adagium. Although I long dismissed it as some foolish fairy tale, the recent discovery of an ancient text tucked away in one of the kingdom's royal tombs has convinced me. Adagium is real. According to the tome, this inhuman entity born of the darkness has lived in the shadows of Angelgard for some 2 millennia. Perhaps the Lucians feared its supposed superhuman strength and potential for destruction. Yet to let such power go untapped would be incredibly wasteful. The military may have scoffed at us researchers for the lack of tangible progress on our Magitech infantry and demonic studies, but if we harvest this immortal monster and harness the secrets it holds, we may indeed laugh last.
Come, have a seat. Gods above, we thank you for the bounty you have laid before us.
Don't want your food getting cold, do you? Are you enjoying your stay?
No.
You've been asleep for years. Learning to appreciate the waking world will take time. Perhaps I can help enlighten you while we dine.
Ask about the time.
How long has it been since you brought me here?
204 days. Roughly 7 months or so. Then again, the Lucians had you locked away in that prison for nearly 2 millennia. I'd be more surprised if you hadn't lost all concept of time. You must loathe those Lucians for what they did to you.
Ask about the food.
What is this food?
Meat, cloned in this facility.
Cloned?
We cultivated somatic cells, used them as donors to fuse the nucleus transplant cells to the recipient oocytes, and then we...
Enough. I've no ear for the ramblings of a lunatic.
Ask about his motives.
What is it you want from me, anyhow? What about me interests you so?
You said it yourself, didn't you? You were chosen by the gods. And frankly, with powers like yours, I'd say you're nearly a god in your own right. We need those powers that you possess. With your strength on our side, we could finally put an end to the gruesome war with Lucis. You too must desire the fall of the kingdom that cast you into exile.
My desires are all in the past.
The man who wronged you may have died long ago, but his descendants live on to this day. Surely you must bear them some feelings of ill will.
My feelings are none of your concern.
Come along.
Flesh fortifier.
This is the fruit of my labor. A small portion of it, that is. I envy you. A human life is too short to truly understand all there is to know about the world. Go on, have a look.
Explore the research facility. Alright. We've got another journal entry. This is the Dragon of Telpar. The team we dispatched to Telpar Crag has returned with a fascinating report. Their landing craft came under assault by a flying dragon as soon as they entered the valley. Hearing their story, I could not help but recall a passage I once read about the legendary Blade Master, which stated he guarded the Founder King with his glaive in hand and his dragon at his side. This would mean the creature they encountered has been guarding that gorge for nearly 2 millennia, and if one of these Lucian legends has proven true, then perhaps the kingdom's fairy tales are more than mere rumors after all, even the whispers about the Undying. And another journal. The Rock of Ravito. Hey, someone likes my activities. Hello, Craigie. I thought I had notifications off. Acting on a tip we received from a friend in the private sector, we have sent an excavatory. That sounds like such a weird word to me. Sent an excavatory expedition to the top of the Rock of Ravito. Unlike the immovable Archean at the Disk of Kothis, the body of the Infernian should be unobstructed and ready for transport, assuming our team can reach the peak, that is. Legends say the Infernian bestowed the gift of fire upon mankind in antiquity, and this burning wisdom helped forge the foundation of what became the civilization of Solheim. And now, with the fabled flame within my grasp, I take my first step toward divinity. 'Tis a wondrous day indeed. Okay, another journal. The Draconian. Of all the gods above, least is known about the Draconian. Neither a tutelary deity nor a regular fixture in written records. The Blade Keeper has left behind nary a trace save for his name. Some legends suggest he selected a king to lead Lucis and bestowed upon the Chosen One the fabled ring and crystal. In my opinion, it all sounds like the type of tall tale the royal family might concoct to justify their hold on power. But perhaps we can explore the matter in more depth by paying a visit to the Lucian's confidants in Tenebrae. What is this?
This is our world?
It's a map of Eos, the birth of our star.
It has been estimated that Eos came into existence some 4.5 billion years ago.
The descent of the Astrals.
Ancient myths tell tales of 6 protector gods who first alighted upon Eos in the ancient Solheim era.
The birth of mankind.
Fossils thought to be remains of the oldest members of the human race were discovered in the Pistala region.
The blessing of fire.
Some claim that humans discovered fire in the Sukarp region even before the dawn of the Solheim civilization. According to legend, the fire god Ifrit first bestowed his burning wisdom upon a man who later sat the throne of Solheim.
The rise of Solheim.
The mechanized civilization of Solheim is presumed to have originated in the Disgaea and Klang regions. Exactly when the civilization rose and fell, however, remains the subject of much investigation.
The War of the Astrals, the fall of Solheim.
The enormous crevasse separating the regions of Klang and Disgaea is known as Telpar Crag. It is here that the War of the Astrals is said to have taken place. When Ifrit tried to reduce mankind to ash, the other gods fought back, and some claim this clash caused the collapse of Solheim.
The fall of the Infernian.
It is said that Ifrit, having lost the War of the Astrals, was interred atop the Rock of Ravito.
The retreat of the Glacian.
After the war, the ice goddess Shiva allegedly sank into a deep slumber, nestled in the Goravas Rift of Volute.
The disappearance of the Draconian.
To this day, no one knows what became of the blade god Bahamut.
The silence of the Archean.
The earth god Titan can be seen supporting the meteor at the heart of the Disk of Kothis in Disgaea.
The flight of the Fulgurian.
As for the storm god Rama, legend has it he sealed himself away within Fosha Hollow in Disgaea.
The slumber of the Hydrian.
The sea goddess Leviathan disappeared in the wake of the war. Some say she swam below the waves and slumbers beneath the city of Altisha.
The founding of Lucis.
Some 2,000 years ago, the gods granted Somnus Lucis Kylum 2 gifts: the sacred stone and ring. With these in hand, he founded the kingdom of Lucis. In the centuries since, Lucis has managed to expand its territory while struggling to suppress a parasitic plague. As of ME 722, Mor's Lucis Kylum sits the throne as the 112th monarch of his line. Regis Lucis Kylum is King Mor's firstborn son, and first in line to succeed his father.
The imprisonment of Adagium.
Angelgard, off the coast of Golden Key, is an uninhabited island that Lucians regard as sacred ground. Ancient texts tell of a monster known as Adagium supposedly sealed away within, but investigations into its existence have yet to provide conclusive evidence.
The founding of Tenebrae.
Soon after the establishment of the Kingdom of Lucis, House Fullerei founded the nation of Tenebrae. The Empire began its occupation of Tenebrae in ME 359, a move that was initially met with much apprehension. In order to assuage the dissenters, the Empire preserved the Oracle's home of Fenestala Manor. This concession was partially made for political purposes. House Fullerei enjoys close ties with the line of Lucis.
The founding of Accordo.
The Accordo Protectorate has developed into a bustling league of towns at the heart of maritime trade. In ME 606, the Empire won an important battle against the allied forces of Lucis and Accordo, and in turn, annexed the Protectorate. The country is steeped in traditions and cultures that are incompatible with imperial rule, so the Empire has permitted it a measure of relative political autonomy.
The founding of Niflheim.
Centuries after the founding of Lucis, a movement to revive the lost civilization of Solheim arose around the Weltham region. Leading the charge was House Aldercapt, whose brave deeds brought about the rise of the Niflheim Empire. The Empire built upon Solheim's magic technology and employed it for military use. This new firepower helped the Empire fell its foes, taking Tenebrae in ME 359 and Accordo in ME 606. As of ME 722, under the direction of Emperor Aedalus Aldercapt, the Empire is developing new arms fusing magitech with demons.
The rediscovery of Solheim.
Vestiges of the ancient Solheim civilization can still be seen in the ruins of Piteous and Steeleth Grove. Several ancient structures also dot the forest of the Fall Grove that encircles Castlemark Tower. Excavation of these various sites is currently underway.
The discovery of demons.
In ME 501, during an expedition in the Ulwat region, the Imperial Army discovered a new species known as demons.
Alright, that's everything here. And we got a new archive data log entry for EOS World Map Diorama. A diorama of the world created by Chief Basithia. This model offers a bird's eye view of both Imperial territories as well as lands the Empire has yet to acquire. Cosmogony, the king and his men.
At center, we see what I presume to be Lucian warriors and the kings of yore. I've learned a great deal about the first king of Lucis, but I never knew he was second in line. It seems to depict a legend in which the chosen king dispels the darkness. If that's true, does that mean Lucis intends to someday stand above all others? Their trifling tales mean nothing in the face of our superior technology. Only we can restore balance to our world.
The Oracle.
At the top of the painting, we see the Oracle herself. The bloodline of the Oracle is one of the oldest in Eos, originating with Eromirus Flore. Only they possess the power to commune with the gods. This painting depicts the Oracle as some goddess of light herself. She'd doubtless prove a powerful ally if she could be persuaded.
The Hexathian.
On the sides of the frame, we see the Hexathian. Conspicuously absent is the traitorous god of fire who started the Great War of old. Perhaps developing a deeper understanding of the demons will bring us closer to comprehending their divine counterparts. But what if I were to find a way to combine those two disparate elements?
The Fiends.
By my estimation, the grotesque creatures depicted here are likely demons. Could this mean these monsters will be harbingers of the apocalypse? If only we could find a way to harness their power for ourselves.
The line of Lucis was chosen to eradicate evil from Eos. And with the Divine on their side, how could they fail?
Okay, we got another data log. The Prophecy. A painting of unknown authorship that depicts the legends foretold in the cosmogony and then passed down through the Lucian royal family. The composition features a man known as the Chosen King, who, by the grace of a beautiful goddess, purges the world of its scourge and restores the light of peace. Got another journal entry. I think it was this one? Yes, combating Lucian magic. The Lucian soldiers' resilience on their monarch's magic. Or, not resilience. The Lucian soldiers' reliance on their monarch's magic is nothing new, nor do I expect the armed forces to switch up their strategy in the near future. It thus stands to reason that we ought to devise a plan to inhibit their abilities by whatever means necessary. I've given much thought to the idea of suppressing the Lucians' magic, and while it will be some time until we have a working prototype, I believe we should have a fully functioning jamming device added to our Magitech arsenal before long. Further combat data would certainly help speed along the development process, especially data related to the Divine. What a thrill it would be to take down a god using the form of one of their helpers. Another journal. This one, I think? Yes, the messengers. While few written records referencing the divine host of messengers remain, our excavatory expedition to Telpar Crag has uncovered some interesting information via word of mouth while investigating the surrounding area. Based on what we've heard, the demigods fought alongside the deities they served in the War of the Astrals, with the followers of the traitorous Infernian being all from erased from the annals of history after suffering defeat at the hands of the other gods. Little else is known about the messengers, but I'm determined to discover more about these fascinating creatures. There's a rest area there if you want to rest and save the game. Demons. Historical analysis.
Demons were first officially recognized as a new species roughly 200 years ago. According to ancient texts, however, humans have suffered from a parasitic plague wrought by the demons for upward of 2 millennia. Demonification is caused by a mutant strain of plasmodia that takes root in living creatures and changes their cellular structures. Infected creatures begin to disperse miasmal particles, the spread of which is known as the Star Scourge.
Basic characteristics.
This model is a replica made from plaster poured into a demon-shaped cavity discovered deep underground. Demons sublimate when their vital functions cease, so this particular specimen must have vaporized after the mud around it had already solidified. Scientists believe this subject burrowed into the earth in order to shield itself from the light of the sun.
Okay, another data log. That would be the demon model. A model that Chief Basithia made by pouring plaster into a demon-shaped cavity. One likely formed when a demon got trapped in a mudslide and ultimately sublimated after the earth had hardened around its body. The creature has been replicated with frightening accuracy. Its resemblance is so uncanny that one might easily mistake this recreation for the real thing. And another journal entry. I think it's this one. Yes, next to godliness. I've made a discovery both startling and astounding. The monster known as Adagium is none other than Ardyn Lucis Kylum, older brother to the founder king of Lucis. Words cannot describe the sense of elation that enveloped me knowing that I was able to converse with a creature who has lived for hundreds of years. His powers do not cease to amaze. Not only can he absorb the demonic miasma into his body, but he can pass the plague on to others as well. He also claims to have gained a glimpse into their psyche when doing so, relived their memories, so to speak. If this is true, then it would seem this man has been blessed with both eternal life and unlimited wisdom. He's practically a god in his own right. Activate the device? Sure.
Given the demon's aversion to light, they typically stick to the shadows until the sun fades and the night falls. Adagium, however, is different. Unlike his demon brethren, he can still function uninhibited in broad daylight. Of course, the ultraviolet rays harm him, much like they would any other demon. Yet his cells regenerate quickly enough to essentially negate the damage.
Yeah. It stings. Like the light of the sun. Perhaps I'd best cover up.
Interesting. Let's see. That is the Sunlight Irradiator. A laboratory designed to replicate natural sunlight and study its effects on demonkind. Chief Basithia discovered that although Adagium incurs slight injuries when exposed to the sun, his regenerative abilities quickly negate any damage done. Angel Guard, the Undying Prisoner.
Adagium. That is what the Lucians call the monster they imprisoned for 2,000 long years. His powers surpass those of any mortal, and his body is all but impervious to attack. It's no wonder the Founder King sealed him away on the Isle of Angel Guard. He undoubtedly feared this monster might challenge his reign.
The Capture of Adagium.
It seems fortune smiles upon me. Though the Lucians kept him locked away for 2,000 years, I've managed to secure Adagium for myself. The raging winds and stormy seas may have cast all others away, but the waves parted for me that day and led the way. While I've yet to conduct any official research, the potential he proved in combat was most promising. I estimate his powers easily surpass anything mankind has ever seen. Perhaps this streak of luck has just begun.
Fascinating, isn't it? I pored over the ancient texts and found scarcely a mention of you. I barely believed you existed till I saw you with my own eyes. With your help, my research is proceeding smoothly. You have my thanks.
Okay, new archive. Angel Guard. An island situated off the southeastern coast of the Lucian mainland and said to bear some connection to the storm god Rama. Commoners were forbidden to set foot on the isle, a rule that the royal family enforced with all their might, which nevertheless proved no match for Chief Basithia. In ME 721, he freed Ardyn from his stone cell and escorted him back to his laboratory on the outskirts of Gralia. The following year, the former prisoner was renamed Ardyn Azunia and branded an imperial citizen. Stale is walking
this must
a
be
little
how
oddly.
the gods feel looking down upon our world. Here we have a model of imperial territory. It includes our present lands as well as our future acquisitions. Feel free to have a look. There's something you should see. Come with me. I found something most interesting on the Rock of Ravito. If my experiment on this specimen succeeds, it might provide the information you've been looking for. This way.
Is that?
Ifrit the Infernian.
You subjugated a god and brought him here?
He was sound asleep, just like the legend said he'd be, so we put him on ice. Do you think you could turn him
Into a demon?
If you managed to demonify a deity, you could learn truths no mere mortal could ever dream of knowing. You'll access 2,000 years of his memories, and if you can control him, he'll be a weapon of supreme power. It's certainly an enticing offer, isn't it? Just think you could exact sweet revenge through divine retribution.
How do you know what I want?
I don't, but I know you have no other options. Well, shall we?
Yeah, that's another data log. Oh, I broke the archive screen. There we go. Ifrit the Infernian. One of the 6 gods that form the Hexathian, Ifrit's deity of fire. Although he once bestowed his burning wisdom upon mankind, the people's hubris inspired them to bite the flaming hand that fed them, launching a revolt that proved the catalyst of the War of the Astrals. In the end, the Pyre Burner proved powerless before the Blade Keeper's glaive and was laid asunder atop the Rock of Ravito, where he has slumbered ever since.
See the fruits of my Magitech research. This way. The ancient civilization of Solheim, forefathers of our magic technology, once flourished on this land. Had they not incurred the wrath of the gods, they may have remained prosperous to this day.
And you wish to restore them to greatness?
To surpass them, which is why I need you to lend me your strength. But I'm certain magic technology and demons are the keys to unlocking the door to a new future. Lucians? But how?
Kunmi Squad, Adagium sighted. Initiating
Requesting
engagement.
backup from Nimbus Squad.
Shutting down communications until all clear.
So, you've come to kill me, have you?
Or die trying.
Just as you and humans are right satisfaction ready my answer. Though I may be gone, it was on the power a kingdom you can no longer call your own.
Take this! Ah!
For too long, I was busy building the kingdom.
Demonify enemies to fill the Phantasm Bar and conjure spectral arms to increase your attack power. Alright, wants me to demonify 5 roll guards. Ugh.
Stay back!
Why aren't you demonifying? There we go. Alright, hold R1 and press circle when the Phantasm Bar is full to inflict royal retribution on your enemies.
Damned monster.
That was pretty brutal. Why can't I attack you?
Blast!
He's alive.
You must stop him before he destroys everything.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we still have Lucians. I should probably deal with them, huh? Demonify!
So this is it. Here goes! Such power.
Alright, looks like all the Lucians are down. Just me and Ifrit. Oh wait, no, we got one Lucian left. Alright, whatever.
Oh, Infanian, grant me the power to take Somnus, his people, and his cursed kingdom, and burn them all to the ground! No! I was the one chosen to be king?
Ardyn.
Era.
Forgive me. I defied the will of the gods and revealed to Somnus you had been chosen to be king. I never dreamt he would try to kill you.
But he did. Somnus fooled everyone, so he could usurp the throne. Everything that happened, it's all his fault.
No. Listen to me. It's my fault. I'm the one who ruined your future. This was divine retribution for my sins.
You've no sins to atone for. Gods! Answer me! Why have you burdened us with this fate? Era! Oh no! Era! Please!
In the names of the gods above, fulfill your calling, Ardyn, and punish me for my sins.
Era.
Kill me.
That's right. Kill her. Put that monster out of its misery, just like I did.
I can't. My calling is to save lives.
Just like you saved that innocent man by turning him into a demon.
Please, Ardyn. You must live.
I can't. Not without you.
Come. Why not give the lady what she wants? Once again, you failed to save her. No surprise. A monster can do naught but destroy.
I'll never forgive you, Somnus. This monster may not be able to destroy you, but I'll see to it that I destroy everything you built. Hear me, gods above. No longer shall I supplicate you for pardon. No longer shall I sojourn toward the light. Nay, the path I intend to tread is paved with blood and darkness. No longer shall I seek your guidance. This path is mine to tread alone.
Oh, poor Ardyn.
The Empire's demonic experiments bore fruit before long, precipitating the production of a Magitech infantry. As recognition for his contribution to this research, Ardyn Azunia was inaugurated as Imperial Chancellor. Thanks to its newfound firepower, Niflheim managed to break the stalemate that shackled the nation for more than 100 years, and, in turn, forced Lucis to scale back its magical barrier. The untimely passing of King Mors ushered in the era of a new monarch, and the young Regis Lucis Kylum succeeded the throne. Meanwhile, Ardyn began to spread the Star Scourge throughout the world, stealing people's memories and learning as much about the kingdom as he could. In time, those memories began to merge with his own, gradually transforming him into a wicked echo of his former self. And now, at long last, the time for his revenge has come.
Save your progress, yes. I would very much like to do that. Betrayed by his brother and bereft of his beloved, Ardyn is burdened with the blessing of eternal life. His feelings of enmity toward the line of Lucis grow greater with each passing day as darkness continues to consume his body and soul. Alright, so we are going to wrap this video up right here, and we'll be picking up with the story on the next one. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.